Hey guys, what's up? It's Hayes, Hayes Mobile Auto Repair. We got another one in today. We got a 2004 Tahoe that we're going to be looking at. The history is it's been sitting for like 6 months, sitting in the backyard. They ended up giving the vehicle to somebody. So what I got going on here, I just charged up the battery. Still got to connect it. So we'll connect it and I'll show you what I saw the other day. I had it towed here because I just had a lot going on, and it would have been easier for me to work on it at the house. Plus I got shade. So let's plug it up and I'll show you what I saw the other day. The battery was really dead. It was really hard to work at it out in the street. The battery's a new battery, but it's a dead new battery. It's a Walmart battery. Can't stand Walmart batteries. I don't even know why they sell them. They should stop selling Walmart batteries because they suck. Okay, let's get in this vehicle. Check engine light's not coming on. Okay, I'm gonna try to start it. This key is kind of sticky. Well, it was the first time. Okay, watch this. Take the key out. All my lights are staying on. Well, some of my lights are anyways. Oh, that one's just flickering on. So I got it. All right, we can go ahead and look at it. Feels good. Let's go ahead and unplug it right now. And we'll go ahead and connect the battery up and we'll do some just plug it up tests. All right, I just plugged up the battery. Check this out. Just plugged up the battery, unplugged it, cycled the key, so to speak, like that. Lights remain on. This has nothing, the ignition switch is not the problem. You know what, let's go ahead and check voltages here. I'm just curious. Could a ground problem create this kind of situation? Yes. Battery light's on, the ABS light on, the airbag light is on. I don't know. Let's look around. I haven't a clue. Let me find you some direction and we'll get to it. All right. Let's do some voltage readings out of the wire itself. Let's see what we got. I need my GoPro. Okay, I don't know if you guys can see anything. 1.72 volts, really? Okay, I got 112 volt feed. That doesn't look right either. 8.58, 8.99. It's not even a ground tone on that one. I don't know if that's a ground wire or not. I'm just saying. I would expect to get at least one ground out of this. One ground tone, you know what I'm saying? It may just be a ground issue. I don't know. Let's pull up the schematic. Let's do that. And looks like this one's not going to be as easy as an ignition switch. So, okay. I'm down. Let's get it. All right. Let's get over here. Let's check a couple of these fuses. And I already checked one of them. And I stopped. So let's just do this together. All right, we have 9-point battery voltage is 13. All right, before I start, battery voltage is 13 volts. Okay, I got the charger on it right now. So we have 13 on that one. We have 9 volts on that one. That is going to be a washer. The washer fuse. Good enough. Got 7 volts. We have that on the, let me see, 1, 2, 3. That's going to be the SEO ignition. All right, that's low. 7 volts on the ignition fuse. Looks like what I had on the ignition switch. I have another 7 volts on, what is that? What is that? That is a blank spot on the fuse box. The next one up is the lamps. Let's go to ignition E. 7 volts on ignition E. We have a voltage issue, huh? 13. Okay, another 7. That's an empty spot. Let's go to the PCMs. Sorry about that. I'm just looking for more 7s. Looking for more 7s. Okay, that's going to be the air conditioning. Air conditioning. HVAC. EACAS. Wait, what is that? The TBC ignition 1. All right, just these fuses in this area. That's going to be the bulb. The ignition E. I think I'm going to follow the ignition E fuse. They're probably all going to connect anyways. Tail lights are on. I just noticed that. I did not see that the first time I peeked at the car. Let's see if these are on too. Yep, these are on too. Just show you this what's going on before I start, you know, doing my search thing. My lights are on in my dash. My ignition switch is out of the vehicle. I might not should have took this vehicle is what I'm thinking right now. But accepted to work on this one, but you know, it's here now. We got to get it done. So I'm going to go ahead and, before I start chasing stuff, because I got a lot of things on my mind, let's go ahead and hook up. Security light kicked on. And let's go ahead and see if we can read any other codes. The check engine light is not on. So let me turn it off. It's off now. It's in the off position. Turn it on. Okay, check engine light is not on. Let's see if we can read any codes. I mean, I can't even crank it over, so I doubt there's going to be any codes. The vehicle does not support read VIN. Okay. But we are going to find it. I just might have to run in circles for a little bit. So the moisture theory is out the window. I got a wire connected to a fuse here. I don't think that's going to be the problem, but I'm going to take it off anyways. I believe this is actually the first time I've ever had a problem like this. Pretty sure, because I would have remembered it. So we're going to go ahead and write that one down too, since it's a little low. And that's going to be the crank. That's going to be the crank fuse. 10 volts. You remember when I had only like 7 volts? I'm not getting that anymore. It just went up to 12.61. Knowing my luck, this thing will probably start now. 10 volts on the crank fuse. I'm not getting any low voltage anymore. my God, where in the hell did you go? That's weird. I always get the weird ones. Why do I always get the weird ones? Because you're supposed to learn something, Hayes. I just turned the ignition switch off in off position. Because I want to check the fuses again. Yeah, that's what it was. The ignition switch is off, but now it went down to like 6.8, 7 volts on all those fuses that we talked about on that other part of the video. Crank fuse is now down to 7.8 volts. So the crank fuse should be steady. Actually, the crank fuse shouldn't have, oh my God, paper. The crank fuse doesn't supposed to have any voltage on it right now. And I have voltage on the crank fuse. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna follow the crank. I'm gonna find the crank fuse problem because I should not be getting any voltage from the crank fuse. The only time you're supposed to get voltage on the crank fuse is when you turn that key like you're gonna start it. Right. And that sends voltage to that fuse and gives it 12 volts. It should not be having 8 volts on that crank fuse. Let me show you the location I got so you guys can check me. All right, the crank fuse is located right 2 up, 1, 2, and 1 across. 8.75 volts. It should not have anything on that. So let's get to the diagram and let's trace this down. It'll probably lead us right to our problem. Let's do it. All right, guys, I got the ignition switch pulled up on the screen. Yellow wire is going to be my crank wire. So that fuse right there, that crank fuse, that 10 amp fuse should be dead, no voltage when the ignition switch is off. With the ignition switch off. I had it unplugged. You guys see me unplug that. And the orange wire, let's find out where that goes. All right, it powers up all this. So we'll look at that maybe later. There's that cruise fuse. That also had low voltage. I think that the HVAC fuse did as well. So let me get set up here. We're on the, I got the key in the on position. It's so freaking hot out here today, y'all. Let's see what I got. I got 10.5 volts. 10.5 volts, huh? Another 10.5 volts. I got a 12 volts. And I got 10 volts. So my 5 volts has just jumped up to 10 volts. That's a ground problem. That is a ground problem. I gotta find that ground. I don't see my... I don't see that, I don't see my 5 volts jumping up to 10 volts on the regulator. There's the first pin. There's the second pin. 10. There's another 10. I should be getting a ground out of one of these too. That's voltage. And there's another 10. There's not one ground lead that beeps. You know that beep ground lead? Yeah. I don't have one. I don't have a ground lead. This is my ground wire right here, the very first one. So I should get Yeah, I just gave it ground. Look at this. Listen, I'm gonna give it ground. You guys hear that? Relay's clicking. That's my problem, man. Ground problem, I just gotta find it. Let's find it. All right, guys, I went all around the world to find that problem, okay? I went all around the world. I know some of you guys just said, man, it's a ground. I was kind of saying that in the beginning too, but you know, I've never ran into this kind of problem before with the lights stay on in the dash, and I just wanted to go step by step with you of what I've done. And you guys seen everything I've done. Pulled out the ignition switch first, no change, checked voltages. They were high or low. The ground is high on the maps, the mass airflow sensor. It's all telling me ground, screaming ground. When voltages are higher than they should be, it's usually a ground problem. If it's lower than supposed to be, it's usually not a ground problem. So anyways, you guys saw the check engine light. I'm pretty excited. So let's find out where that ground goes and let's fix it. Turned out to be good. I said I got to go at the computer now. So now listen to it. Now listen to the relays. Look. So there's our problem right there somewhere. Okay. Try not to touch too much. Looks like it's going to be in that wire. Let's see if the check engine light is on now. Yep. Check engine light is now on. Let's see if it'll crank up. All right, the check engine light is now on. Let's go ahead and pull. I might have just messed up, y'all. I can't get it to activate anymore. Oh, man. Don't you do that to me. There it is. You guys see what I'm saying? So it's definitely, I lost everything again. Oh my God. So this was the wire. Or was this the wire? Shit, I don't even know anymore. Ah! Trying to get it to activate again. I just totally lost it. Totally lost it. Bitch, I was that close. So what I could do is possibly, I don't know what I'm gonna do now. I don't know. All right, guys, we are back at it. Got the GoPro fixed. I had to put that the computer back in its spot because that's the only way I could make it click again. You know, get it back to where it lived, and then try to find this problem. I don't think it's up in there, guys. I do not think it's up in there. I think it's back in here. See? You guys hear that relay clicking, right? You know what? I'm going to open it up. I'm going to open up this right here. Yeah, I'm opening it up. You know what, guys? It's like 97 degrees today, and that sun is beating me up right now. Oh, it's so hot. It's so hot. It may be just because it's touching. Yeah, you know what? The bottom of the PCM is touching the frame. That's why it's working. Because it was touching the frame. Yeah, let me show you what I was doing. Down here, you'll see that steel brake line. All right. All right, guys, so we're back to square one. We got to find a bad ground. Okay. So what I'm going to do, oh, we checked this computer. Look at that. We got 10 volts in the computer casing. You know what? Let me get some jumper cables real quick. Let's put some negative cable here and a negative cable on the engine, and let's see what happens. I tried. All right, cable. And I'll put the other black lead on the engine. You hear the relay click? Hear the fuel pump kick on? Let's check our voltage on our casing. All right, that's good. Let's see if we got a check engine light on. Check engine light is on. Let's see if it'll crank. I'm gonna get the ignition switch. Sorry. There it is. Oh shit. All right, it cranks. Computer. I checked all the grounds, unless I missed something. I'm gonna have to keep looking for another ground. I think I'm just gonna shut it down for right now. It's about ready to get dark. And I'll get on. All right, guys, let's look at the schematic before I get irritated. All right, I went ahead and highlighted all the grounds. This is my PCM, my computer. Okay, and it looks like all of them tie in. All of them tie in to the ground right there, the right rear of engine block. I don't believe I even checked that right rear. I checked all the other ones. There's one on the left rear. There's one on the front. There's one down here somewhere. I showed you on the video. There's one over here, down there somewhere. And there should be one back here somewhere. I'll be damned. There it is, guys. There it is. There is the wire right there. So let's see if I... All right, guys, here we go. I don't have a heat shrink, but I'm just gonna put a barrel on it. I'm just gonna put a barrel on it. I'll put some liquid tape in the holes because I'm out of heat shrink. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get some 14 gauge. It's about the same as that wire down there, and I'm going to cut off enough. I'm going to cut off enough wire so I can run that ground somewhere closer to the front of the engine. All right, let's give it a shot. What? All right, guys, let's go ahead and hook up the computer. You guys, I mean, we all should have learned a little something on this video. Hopefully you guys learned a little something on this video. I know I sure did. So, all right, we got it connected. Come on, baby, act right for me. Let's do it. Keys in the on position. Check engine light is still not on. All right, guys, I see what I did wrong on this one. Now, this wire right here, what's going on with this wire? I have it, I have a little eyelet over there on that end, and that end is going on the other end of the wire, and I traced it down, and it's not going in the harness, it's actually mounted. The other end is actually mounted to the block. So what I got going on here is ground to ground. So I still have to find that other wire. I didn't fix the right wire. I just fixed the broken end. I didn't fix nothing. I didn't fix anything. Did all that sweating for nothing. I gotta find the wire that's actually the other end of that wire. We'll get it. All right, good. Okay. At least we don't have to use jumper cables no more, guys. I don't think the thing is going to start. I think there's another issue. I'm thinking it's going to have a no spark issue because when I put the jumper cables on the computer and I tried to crank it over and I tried to see if I was going to get a spark, and I wasn't getting a spark. Okay, so that's connected. Go ahead and do all the wrapping up and stuff. Let's see if the check engine light's on. I'm sure it is. Check engine light is on. Let's see if it'll crank. Looks like we're gonna go for, there's something else that's wrong with it. So I can't even pull trouble code. So that's another issue. So all right, let's recheck the mass airflow sensor. Let's recheck it. Since I got a good, since it's cranking now, let's see about 5-volt reference. I don't know how I'm gonna do this and let you guys see at the same time. I'll try to do that. All right, there's a ground tone. Good. There's 4.97, that's excellent. Another ground tone, good. There's 12 volt feed and another 5. Yep, another 5 volts. Let's see if we're getting a spark. There's no telling what's all wrong with this vehicle. So, you know what? You guys know about as much as I do on this. I didn't really trace that one. I'm just trying to see if I get a pulse on that one. I have the test light connected to battery positive. Okay, the light should blink if I got injector pulse. All right, what happened, y'all? What happened? Let me back up my video. All right, guys, this is where we're at. All right, I just got off the phone with the customer. He really doesn't want to spend no more money on this vehicle. You know, even though I got all the other things taken care of, I even went extra and did the injection pulse because I want to get this thing started for him. So I did the injection test. I did a spark test, no spark, good injection pulse. Let me show you in here. The security light. Let me show you the security light. You know what's a good sign is when that security light goes out. So as it goes out, I'm good on the security system, even though I don't have communication with this vehicle. As far as plugging out my scan tool and reading codes, I can't do any of that. Okay, so I talked to him and I said, man, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and figure out, I told him, I'm pretty sure you just have a spark problem, whether it be in the wiring harness, the crank sensor, you know, something like that. I see he put in a new module on it. So when and the old module is right there. So I'm gonna put that old module back on it, and then I'll remove the starter if I have to. I mean, I've been getting a lot of bad parts lately. So, you know, my hopes are high. So let me do that, and yeah. All right, here we go. I didn't disconnect it from here. That's a brand new module. So I put the old one back on it. Let's go ahead and see what happens. And then I can continue. I can probably use my oscilloscope I just bought for this crank job. All right, security light is off. Oh, this damn thing started. It started. All right, what? That's what I'm talking about. I don't even have the map sensor connected, and it runs pretty good. All right, let's go ahead and unplug it. Let's plug up the old one again. I mean the brand new one. All right, yeah, no start. So, wow, that's crazy. I was just talking about that on my last video, how many bad parts that I'm buying lately. So let's plug up the old one again. Then I'll go ahead and mount it, because the back of this module does get hot pretty fast. Oh man, good. I don't have to take off the starter or do any of that. All right, I plugged it back in. Just gonna reach in. Feeling pretty good about it now. Oh yeah, it starts right up. I'm gonna go ahead and button it up, do my taping back there, do all that taping up there, and that's a wrap, guys. We cannot fix the communication problem. I'm not going to fix the communication problem because he doesn't want to spend any more money. Check engine light is now on. Security light goes out. It's saying, BCM is saying, computer, you can start my truck now. Excuse me. Starts up. Runs pretty good. It's got a misfire upon acceleration. Just gonna let it warm up a little bit. That's right. Hey, and also it's important as a mobile tech not to do any guessing, because I could easily, if I didn't know what I was doing somewhat, it would have been very easily for another technician to say, oh man, I'm gonna change the computer, it's a bad ground, or it's freaking out, I don't know, man, a body control module, ignition switch. So it's very important that I don't guess, and I always test. And I know it's not, I know a lot of mobile mechanics do a lot of guessing, but that's going to change one day. As soon as more of these good shop techs finally figure it out that there's more money, a better life, an easier life being a mobile tech than it is working 40, 60 hours a week for somebody that's only going to give you crumbs. It's a lot. It's going to change your life. They're the ones that know their shit even more than me, because I'm okay. but even the ones that are better than me, and there's a lot of them better than me out there. I'm not a super tech, y'all. I've always said that. So if you got some skills, man, get out there and start doing your own thing. Within a year's time, you're going to start feeling how it's going to work out for you. If you can make it a year with the struggling, trying to find new customers and talking to people and going to work when you don't have any jobs, go to work, get up in the morning, get your butt up and go talk to people at the park stores. You know, that's how I got started. And talk to people all day long, pass out flyers, business cards, whatever. And yeah, and get started. If you can make it that year, the next year is going to be better, and the next year is going to be better after that. And when you get to 3 to 5 years, you're going to be in the game. I promise you, you're going to be in the game. All right, guys, and that's all I got to say today. I had a lot of fun on this one. I learned a lot, actually, on this. And I hope you did too. So comment below, like and subscribe. I appreciate it. I now have 2,800 subscribers. I almost 2/3 of that I've got since February. So I've been coming up pretty steadily after that. I'm only making $160, $175 a month, but you know, and I put a lot of hours on making videos and editing. I got at least 2-3 hours of editing on this video. And you just figure I'd make, what, 2 videos a week? Yeah, that's a lot of time. That's a lot of time, y'all, for you guys. So, thanks for the appreciation. Someone did send me, I want to say thank you. Someone did send me an Amazon gift card, which is pretty cool. It made me feel good, and I appreciate it that you appreciated it. So, I'm out of here, guys. Thanks for watching. Hayes Mobile Auto Repair, Jackson, Mississippi.